Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Hey, Vincenzo, it's good to see you. As you're coming into the stream today, make sure to say hi. Tell us where you're from. I know Vincenzo's from Italy, so it is good to see you. We're about to get underway. As you can see, countdown timer is coming close. About 26 seconds. Before we get started, I do want to invite you to come to a big event that we're doing on Monday for free. It's online. It's the Online Trader Summit. If you go to traders-summit.com, you can include the information. And when after we get Edward started, I will actually put that in the chat so you can click on it as well. So, good morning. Good to see you. We'll start in just a second here. All right. Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming today. Give me just a second here. If you would, just confirm that you can hear me. My name is Jeff Gibby. I want to let you know we're live. We should be broadcasting to both YouTube and GoToWebinar. If you can hear me, let me know. I'd say if you can't hear me, let me know too, but that seems like you would understand. Anyway, let me go ahead and read a legal disclaimer. Today's demonstration is designed to instruct you on using MetaStock and the accompanying software plugins. It's not a recommendation to buy or sell, but rather guidelines to interpreting and using specific indicators and features within the software. The information, software, and techniques presented today should only be used by investors who are aware of the risk inherent in trading. MetaStock shall have no liability for any investment decisions based on the use of the software. Any trading strategies or any information provided in connection with the company. Yes, I lost my place. Anyway, today's demonstration is going to be done by Edward Stemplevich. Edward's been here at MetaStock for a number of years now. He does a really, really good job. In fact, if you ever have any questions or any needs when it comes to MetaStock, Edward is our second most tenured sales representative. He does a great job. He's very, very helpful. Feel free to give him a call if you need any questions. But today he's going to be talking to you about the power of MetaStock. And again, yeah, if you have any questions or if you need anything, he's such a good guy to reach out to you. So, Edward, that's my introduction for you. I'm going to go ahead and turn the time over to you as well.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for joining today, everybody. Going to basically show you all the power tools. This presentation is going to be more for those that maybe have been looking into MetaStock or just stumbled upon it and want to see what MetaStock can do for you. This is the first presentation that I'm going to do like this in MetaStock 18, so it'll be a good look for anyone that maybe is on an older version too and kind of wants to see what's new in MetaStock as well, just a little bit like the charting and stuff. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started here. These are my contact details, by the way, so if you need anything or you want to contact me, have any questions, make sure to do that. Let's see here, I got to click this. Okay. So I guess the way I like to start these is for any of those watching that don't know about MetaStock much, I'd just like to talk a little bit about that, give you some information about us. Basically, we were founded in 1982, 40 years ago. We've been doing this for a long time, working on the software. We've we've got a lot of credibility behind us in that sense that, we've been constantly improving the software over time. It's great for technical analysis and other things as well. We were purchased by Thomson Reuters or Reuters back in '95, and then we released our first real-time database back in 2005. And then we released MetaStock Zenith, which is a real-time data feed and fundamental-based platform in 2012. We're going to go through MetaStock today, though, nothing to do with the Zenith. And then we bought ourselves back out back in 2013, so about 9 years ago now. And we're very excited about that. Since then, we were able to do a lot of improvements on the software. So it's been very good. One thing that we are very proud to say, and that I think is a lot of credibility, is we have been awarded Best Analysis Software for 28 years in a row, which is a huge thing. And that's in the pricing category, up to $500 there. And then the real-time software there, I believe it's 11 years or 12 years. I don't know if I updated that. But yeah, so there's a lot that you can do in the software. There's a reason that we've been a winner for that long consecutively there. So we'll kind of go through all the tools, the major tools here. This is what we're going to be talking about today. I'm just going to kind of show you the basic charts in the software, how we can find a good stock to trade, how we can test a system or a trading idea to ensure that it's a good system that we can use for trading, and yeah, how to add clarity to your trading decisions with all the tools that we have in MetaStock. There's a lot that can be done in the software. We're going to go through some of the highlighted stuff that almost anybody can take advantage of. And so we'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to jump into the software. And I do just want to say, if you have any questions, make sure to ask. I will be watching over questions and stuff. If you want me to go over something again, make sure to let me know. But for those that don't know MetaStock, this is kind of what the program looks like when you open it. So there's a bunch of buttons everywhere. The primary power within the software, where you're going to be the most, is the Power Console right here. In the Power Console, you have several tabs. These are the main tools and main features inside MetaStock. Where you have the chart tab. This is kind of where you can open up charts, look up securities, create watch lists, stuff like that. There's a tool called the Quote Center, which is like a watch list. When you open it up, if you have particular stocks that you want to watch, be it the S&P 500 even, you can apply it to the Quote Center. You can see all the data, how much biggest losers, biggest winners of the day, stuff like that. You can rearrange all the data to your liking, which is nice. And then you have the exploration tool, that's where you do all your scanning inside the software. And then the system testing is where you test your strategies. You can create your stuff. We'll go through that. And we also have a patented forecaster where you can forecast situations to kind of get probabilities based on particular events that are happening. And then we have option scope for you option traders. You can view the different option contracts and strategies and stuff. And today we're going to be looking at the chart, explore, and system test. That's where we're primarily focusing. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of open up a chart, show you the flow of that as we move forward here. So on the left side here, it's a bit overwhelming, it seems, to see a bunch of different regions and things you can click into. But don't worry, you can customize all this to your liking. Whatever you trade, you can customize it so it shows only the things you trade in. For example, for those in the US that only trade in US, you can make it to where it only shows the North America right here and all the exchanges there in North America. But that's what that is. That's all customizable. On the right side here, you will see that there's things you can do to customize the chart as you open it. For example, how much data you want it to show when you open it, at what particular point you want the chart to open at as far as the data goes, stuff like that. You can also choose the interval, tick, minute, hourly, daily, monthly, yearly, that the chart opens up in, based on whatever you want to do. You can also, right here, you can see that there's something called templates in MetaStock software, where they are basically different trading systems in a sense. It's a template where you open up the chart, it'll have a particular look to it, certain indicators on it, expert advisors, which I'll go through that. But yeah, so that's where you can, if you have your own templates built, you can save them and they'll be in this list. That way, whenever you open up a chart, it'll open up to your preferred template there. let's say I got a question. Yes, the video will be recorded, so you can always watch it after or whatever you'd like. Okay. So we're going to open up a smart chart here. Smart chart basically means the default template. Typically a clear chart, and then whatever you've done to the chart, the software will save it. So if you open it in a smart chart, it'll open back to how you left it off typically. We'll just go to like a very popular symbol here, I guess Apple. Few ways you can open up charts. Simply type in the entire symbol. We offer worldwide data, so we do have suffixes that go at the end of some of the symbols based on their exchange, which is why the .o is there. You can also search instruments by clicking this button here and search the entire universe of whatever you have subscribed to. And after you do type in the symbol, you just click Open Chart. And then this is kind of how it'll look for you. We've got the volume already implemented at the bottom here. Now, this is the way our charts look. I think, they look good. I like the graphics of them. It's very easy to use and manipulate the charts to how you want them to look and stuff. You got all your features to scroll around, zoom in, zoom out, change your interval down here at the bottom in case you want to change it if you didn't select it previously. One thing I really like that's new in version 18 and that all the 18 users are loving, as far as I know. I haven't heard any negative feedback. In fact, I hear positive feedback continuously about version 18, is this bar down here. This bar allows you to scroll through the chart here. You can click wherever you want to see. You can see the price action in the chart. Of course, there's a lot of price action. That's a lot of move up towards this side of the chart. So behind, you can't see too much of the action there, but you can kind of see what's happening in that bar there. You can click to what looks more interesting to you, which is a nice little feature. Let's see here. So there's that. A new thing that we also added in 18 is chart themes, which you can change the way the chart looks. And that's, there's 16 different themes you can choose, whatever you like the best. The one that I really like, I think, is oscilloscope. That one's pretty cool. Another one is like black's cool. Where is it? Black steel. Yeah, black steel looks really nice. It's got orange lettering with black background there. Electric is one of my favorites. The neat thing about the themes here is whenever you plot indicators or anything on the chart, the indicators and stuff will change colors to kind of adapt with the theme. That way nothing gets blended into the background, and everything will make sure it gets popped out so that you don't miss anything or have to change colors on anything. So definitely a good feature there to have that. I'm going to go back to something bright here. I think it might be easier for you guys to see. So we'll go back to like bright spark. Let's see here. So now when you're in a chart here, there's many things you can do to a chart, of course, when you're doing analysis. We have all of our drawing tools over here on the left side. You can plot your trend lines. You can type in the texts, whatever it is, and you can customize everything like that and move it around, which as chartists, we all need stuff like that. And of course, it's here. You can draw your circles. So you can basically do all your particular research and save it to your liking. That way you can always keep up with it. And there's also other things, of course, like the Fibonacci fan, the Fibonacci retracement, projection. And what's great about all these drawing tools is they're very customizable. So if you're someone that uses Fibonacci a lot and you have particular levels you want to place, you can always double click on anything to open up properties. And that's what I just did on the Fibonacci here. And with that, you can kind of add your own levels. There's two tabs up here, parameters and colors and style. In colors and style, you can actually add particular levels that you might want to add. Like let's add a 75%. And we'll click add. And then I can change the color to red. Then I can apply it. Now I'm going to have that level on the Fibonacci there. And what's I just extended that. What's super cool about the drawing tools is you can save them to the default. So whenever you repaint the Fibonacci, it's always going to repaint the same. You don't have to re-edit it every single time that you apply it. There's further customizations there. But yeah, you can save the current page as default or save all pages, which is the two pages up there at the top. Let's just save all as default. Excuse me, my nose is kind of tickling, I don't know why. But yeah, so that's an example. I just kind of saved it, and now I can redraw it again, and you can see that the line is there. And there's a lot of customizations you can do with the drawing tools, which is really cool. So for those that like their particular drawing tools, their trend line stuff, we got it all here. Another cool thing that I really like is with the trend lines, they're customizable to the point where you can actually have it show the percent of change from point A to point B. So during your research and your analysis, that's very good to do. Plot your trend lines, see how much they move. You can kind of forecast in that sense and decide where you're going to take profits and stuff based on, just things you've seen or just whatever you want to do. The trend lines have customizabilities. As you can see in that trend line, we can see percent of move, how many periods it took to get there, stuff like that. And I think that's a very cool feature that we have implemented recently. A lot of people have been happy about that, and it's just very useful. So I guess my point is that drawing tools are very customizable. They're very, there's a lot that you can do with them. So there's that. You're going to notice also a bunch of other buttons up here that are basically shortcuts to other things inside the software. We have an expert advisor, which I'll get to here momentarily. I'm going to delete some of the stuff because we're going to start doing stuff with the charts. Okay, so these are shortcuts up here by the Power Console. Again, the P is where you open up the Power Console. And then these other things are the shortcuts next to it. If you hover over it, it'll tell you what it does. There's a drop-down menu here, and I feel like we're pretty proud about this, but we have like over 300 indicators available in the software, if not more. I could be wrong. 300, 400, 250 to 300, I don't know exactly, but there's quite a bit. So for those that love to dig into new indicators or try to mess around with them, or maybe there's just one that you absolutely need, we most likely have it. And if not, we can actually create it for you. We have a team that can help you. But anyways, it's pretty easy to deal with indicators here. What you do is find one, let's say, for example, Bollinger Bands. Oh, I clicked to range. Let's go to, for this, we'll do MACD because I'm going to show you stuff regarding the MACD going forward. So I'll go ahead and plot the MACD and just drop it onto the chart. Get a kind of a properties menu when you do drop the indicator, and it's just for you to customize it to your liking. You can change signal time periods if you mess around with that, colors and stuff, the horizontal lines. Click OK, and then MACD plots there at the bottom. So that's how you drop indicators. You can do the same thing with moving averages. I mean, whatever you want. We can pretty much do it as long as it's a technical analysis and it can be mathematically explained. There's an indicator builder, so you can create your own indicators. It's pretty straightforward to use as you go through it. You can find all the other indicators, click onto them, but kind of go through that there. We also have the shortcuts to the other power tools up here, downloader, where you want to maybe download your data, all that stuff. And then if you have multiple charts open, we have chart layout, so you can click that and automatically cascade them or tile them, columns, stack them. You can change the way your charts are laid out on there. So those is kind of like what the charts look like when you're working with them. Those are all the tools available. Now, for those of you, a lot of you probably know what MACD is. Most traders know what MACD. If you're new, maybe I can teach you, I don't know. But as the MACD would work, one of the kind of signals that people would use for MACD or as an opportunity is when the fast line crosses the slow line. So I'm going to kind of extend this and explain the MACD. MACD there's two lines here. There's a slower line, the dotted one, and the solid one is a faster line. When the faster line crosses over the slow line, typically that's kind of like an opportunity to get in. It's moving up, or if the fast line crosses below the slow line, it's potentially going to be moving down. So you can take that as a short opportunity. And so that's kind of how you would use the MACD here as potential opportunities. And I'm going to just kind of highlight some of those crossovers. It looks like we have one about right here. And you can see, with this MACD opportunity, that was a pretty sweet trade. If you were just using the MACD right there, hey, that's a pretty solid catch right there. Go ahead and delete that now, though. And I'll place another line here for the crossover for downward move, which is about right here. Looks like that one didn't work in your favor. But anyways, you get the point. When you got that line crossing over, those are opportunities. one of the great things about MetaStock is we offer something called the Expert Advisor. It's basically a tool that gives you the signals inside the software. So maybe you just want to follow the system. You don't, you want, it saves you time ultimately. I'm going to apply the expert. There's a lot, by the way, but I'm going to apply the MACD one. It's in alphabetical order, so they're pretty easy to find. But as you can see, there's a lot of expert advisors. You can plot your own, you can plot them all, check them out, see what the signals look like. But in this case, because I was kind of showing you the MACD, I do want to apply the MACD. And so I'm going to attach it. So you select it, click attach, and now you can see where those crossovers happen. We get the signal on the chart. So it saves time. You can kind of just see how everything, oh, look, I didn't even see that there's a cross down signal over there when I was kind of showing that trade off. So there you go. It shows you everything. It doesn't leave everything out, or you won't really miss them, how I did there. But doing that is great, especially if you want to kind of cut out or save time when you're doing your analysis there. Another great thing about the Expert Advisor is not only does it give you the signals, but we have something called the commentary, which is something that's pretty unique in charting software. Basically, you would right-click on the chart, hover over the Expert Advisor there, and then select commentary. And now what it's going to do is it's going to give you a commentary window based on the Expert Advisor that you have attached, and it'll just kind of tell you about what's happening. So let's see, I'm going to click over to this signal here that we looked at previously. There's arrows right here. You can see the arrow above the chart. It's basically the commentary is for the day that it's pointing at, and there's arrows so you can move it, one day forward, one day backwards and stuff. So let's get it on the signal there. I think it's right. Is it that one? Yeah, because that one went down. Okay, so it's this one right here. As you can see on that buy area, which is, I'm going to put a circle with my neat drawing tool here, because we love our drawing tools. Over there, and it's just right in there, the signal, and it says currently the MACD is bullish since it's trading above its signal line, as I kind of mentioned. The MACD crossed over its signal line zero periods ago, since the MACD crossed moving average, so on and so forth. Also, the MACD can detect overbought, oversold, and divergences, and guess what? The commentary will give you those details as well, which is an added bonus. So some of these systems might be straightforward, like that crossover, but there's other signals that can come into play, or details that you might not even realize. But don't worry, the commentary is going to save you there with that Expert Advisor. So a lot of really neat tools that you can use in the charts, the Expert Advisors, all those things we got covered there. And I guess I'm just going to see if I have any questions about any of that here. No, so I'm just going to keep on moving forward. Make sure to ask questions if you have any. I hope I'm explaining things pretty clearly for you. So now, it's okay. We've got to a point here where, hey, I've showed you how we can give you trading opportunities pretty easily by pulling up an Expert Advisor. It'll walk you through everything to leave all, basically just show you what's going on. And here I am just playing random Expert Advisor. Let's just kind of see what that looks like. I'll even delete the MACD here. And look, hey, look, this gave a signal the same time the MACD did. What's cool about that is you can actually compare signals too. Sometimes that can be counterproductive in a sense. You might get a buy and a sell. So, use systems that can work well together based on what they're looking for. Or just use one, keep it simple, and just use one that you like. And I'll show you kind of how to find one that you might like. But that's how easy it is to apply different systems. Another thing you can do is that, so a lot of these systems will have particular templates that, that go along with the particular Expert Advisor and so on. So I'm going to kind of show you what that's like. I'm going to pick a different system here. Let's say I'm not even going to pick one of these in the Expert Advisor. I'm just going to go straight to a template because it actually applies the Expert Advisor for you. So I'm going to right click here on the chart and basically get these bunch of things you can do, but you'll notice apply template over here in the middle. Once I apply the template or click apply template, you'll see a list of all the different templates we can select. And what I'm going to do is pick, let's see, excuse me, I have to cough and I don't want to cough. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to pick, let's see, I don't know, let's do Dave Laundrie's first kiss and just apply that, see what it looks like. And there we go. That's what a template looks like. It's a customized chart with specific indicators with a particular expert advisor, pulls up the commentary because it applied the expert advisor. You'll get all your signals immediately. Things will change based on how that template is saved. And then what I'm gonna do is actually go back to a smart chart because I'm gonna show you how to save a template too. Down here below the commentary, you can actually see there's different things you can apply, and you can save these as like template shortcuts. So maybe there's like 3 templates you'd love to look at, or you've created yourself. You can save those templates down here. That way you can have a quick shortcut to just swap right over to that template. Number 1 is a clean one, a clean template. So look, I just kind of deleted everything off of my chart. I'm going to delete the commentary there. And I'm just going to kind of re-add the indicators. We'll do MACD. I'm going to change this to, let's do candle volume. And let me explain that. What I did is I double clicked on the price, one of the price bars, it pulled up the properties so I can just kind of, change things how I want them to. And mostly everything's you double click on it and then you'll get to properties. We can do the up color, let's do green. We can do an up fill. Let's just do like a blue. Down color will be red. Down fill will be like a orange, let's say. And then parameters, or let's see. Actually, let's go, let's just do that. Bam. I think, okay. So that's how you kind of just customize things. And then if you did something and you want to save it, you right click the background of the chart there and click save as default template. And then basically whenever you open up that chart, I believe it'll open up, it'll save as the template that you open other charts up. But you can go to file and click save as if you want to save a particular template. You select template here, type in what you want it to be called, presentation. And I'm going to put an exclamation point in the front of it because I'm going to show you that we can just kind of open it back up. And then now, let's close out of that. I'm going to right click, apply templates, and my presentation template should be somewhere here. Although I don't know if I did something wrong, which I think I did. I don't know exactly what I did wrong. Yeah, it's in templates. I guess that failed for me. Let me try again. I'm going to go to the Power Console, and then we'll move forward. And I want to show you, what we can do like with the MACD, because I showed you those signals, the expert advisor. But okay, basically when you do save a template, I think I clicked no, and it didn't actually save it. It pulls it up in this list, so you can always have your template there to select, and then you can save the shortcut. So, anyways, let's go back to the Apple chart here, and now we had the MACD applied. Now that's good. We can follow the signals of the MACD, follow one chart, look through charts, look for signals, but instead we can save a lot of time by using our scanning tool. It's called the Explorer. Basically, we can scan for signals on any particular day that we want in the past. If we kind of want to see how things operated after a particular event, maybe you want to scan for something, pandemic times and see how things went. I don't know. But we can scan for these buy signals here or sell signals, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So we're going to go back to the Power Console. We're going to click the Explorer, and here's this whole window. So it kind of comes off as overwhelming at first, but once you understand it, it's really not. So everything up top here, this is all of our different systems that we can use to scan against the markets. As you can see, there's a lot of different kind of scans here. What's great is you can create your own stuff too by clicking New Exploration up here. And you'll get a window, and you can name it whatever you want, put notes in it. But basically, you enter your formula here. This is the filter formula, what it's filtering out into its own list, after you scan the market. And you can do that with particular prices, volume stuff. So maybe you want to create a universe of stocks or securities that you want to scan against on a daily basis or a week. You can easily type up a scan that will allow you to grab all those securities that meet that criteria between a particular price point and has a certain amount of volume. That way you have a list that you like to scan against, something that I typically do myself. So I don't scan the entire stock market. I scan things that are in a particular category for me. But you can create your own scans. There's functions you can do to easily make formulas. This is a very easy formula language that we offer in here that anybody can pick up and learn. You don't have to be a programmer, which is one of the great benefits of MetaStock. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come down here, find the MACD. Oh, we can also type for it up here, MAC, and then we'll find MACD by signal, or there's also expert system. Hovering over it will give you information about what the differences are. You can also double click on it to open up that formula, and you can just read over the notes there. You can change certain columns. I'll show you what these columns are after I run a scan, but you can change things around if you want to, as long as it's open source. But anyways, we'll select that one. And below here, we'll drop down to this menu below. I'm going to kind of extend that window. We pick our MACD. This is where we, again, pick the universe of securities we want to scan against, right? So for this example, I'm just going to do something small. I'm going to do the S&P 100 because, a scan, typically they're pretty quick, but I don't want to sit here and make you guys wait too long. So I'm going to click indices. I'm going to go to world indices, and we're going to look for the S&P 100, which is right here. You know what? I don't know if that's actually going to just scan the S&P. I think I have to pull up the actual index list. I could be wrong. Hold on here. See, this is why I need to do like a test run so I get things right. Okay, I think it's in equities here. Hold on. No. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to right-click instrument, manage the custom list. I think I need to do this. I don't know if it actually runs so manage custom list, or no, not manage custom list, sorry. Right-click instruments, manage public lists. This is how you kind of customize your list here. Everything on the left is everything that's, everything on the right is everything that's going to be displayed. Everything on the left is what we have access to. So I'm going to go down to indices. Where are you? Right. Index constituents. That's what I wanted. Okay. So I'm going to just pull the 100 over. I'm also going to pull the header over. I'm going to put the header above it. And then I'm just going to save and close it, and I'll readjust this. But now see how everything changed? Now I can only see what I put in that right side there. That's how you can kind of customize it. And I know it's the full S&P 100 because there's 101 stocks in there. So I'm going to select that we're going to run the MACD on that. And the interval, this is the customization of the exploration on the right side. We're going to do daily. And then you can choose, to run it on today's date, to run the scan on today's date, or you unselect that and you can choose, maybe you want to run a scan from 2 days ago and kind of see how it's performed after that signal hit 2 days ago. Something I do commonly. But anyways, we're going to look for a signal today. And I just want to just say that and then you click start exploration, and we'll just kind of let this run while I say this. This is not any sort of recommendations as doing this scan. I'm just showing you what it looks like in real time to use the software. So I'm not recommending any of these trades, but let's take a look at what the software is, showing us as opportunities here. Amazon. I know a lot of you tried Amazon, or maybe not, but Amazon, we got Pepsi here. It looks like some big companies are giving some MACD buy signals. Let's look at Amazon. But really quick, before we do, I'm going to extend this and kind of explain this page here. So up here, you can see the system we ran. You can run multiple systems, by the way, and I'll go into that maybe a little bit here. But we ran the MACD expert system, and then we have our results for everything that came back to us. We can see the name. We got a buy signal. You can see basically it's a 1 or a 0, 1 being yes, 0 meaning no. There were no sells, there were only buys, and then there were no, OB stands for overbought, OS stands for oversold. So as you can see, there's a lot of oversold in the S&P 100, and there's quite a bit of buy signals as well. I just feel like because the markets are just kind of, it's coming off as bearish right now, things are, looking oversold and stuff. But so what we can do is we can click Amazon, and then we can click right here, open chart on the side. There's things you can do with the data here. You can print, save your list. Maybe you want to save all things that, we got a signal on. You can do that. But anyways, we can open up the chart here, and that's what we're going to do. I just selected it. I think it's in the background. Yep, Amazon open back there. So we got that buy signal today. I'm going to pull up that good old handy expert advisor I showed you earlier, and we're going to select that MACD and attach it. Let's take a look at it. And there's alert pop-ups too that happen. So if you have several charts open, and maybe you're day trading, so this could be very handy. You have several charts open and different systems, or even the same system on all those charts, you're always going to get a pop-up as soon as there's a signal reminding you that there's or indicating that there's a signal and opportunity to buy. So it'll take you to the chart, and you can see the signal there, which is very handy. So I applied the MACD Expert Advisor. I'm just going to zoom in here. Just basically grab that little bar, stretch it or pinch it, and we're pinching it. And we can see we have that buy signal that we scanned for. So I'm going to apply the Expert Advisor, or the commentary, and we can see everything that it says about the particular signal today. Again, this isn't a recommendation, but it says it's bullish, so on and so forth. It's a buy signal. And what's great is a lot of these, you can scan for so many different things in the markets. You could make your own scans or use many of the great ones we have here. But yeah, you can do that just like we did on the MACD for all these other things. But now there might be kind of a question like, okay, well, why do I want to use the MACD? How do I know it's even going to do well? Of course, no one can predict the future, so any signal can go the wrong way. And everyone should know that there's always a risk because no one really can predict the future. These are just tools to kind of help you find good opportunities, feel comfortable with your trades, follow the rules. That's what this expert advisor is here to help you do, is to follow rules. One of the biggest downfalls in trading is people get very emotional and they don't follow rules. Well, the expert advisor is here to help you do just that, which hopefully will help you with your success in trading there. So anyways, I want to go ahead and see if the MACD is good to use. Typically, it's used in with other things, right? People have several things, including the MACD on their charts and stuff, or maybe they put it as a part of their signal, like a confirmation. So we're going to go back to the Power Console here. And now we're going to head to the System Test tab. But first, I do want to ask, does anybody have any questions for me before moving forward? We have about 23 minutes, which is plenty of time. So there's going to be one other thing that I'm going to show you after we kind of wrap all this up to help anybody that wants to get started. But yeah, I'm just going to give it a couple seconds to see if anyone has questions. Take a sip of water here because my mouth is dry. Okay, that was probably like 2 seconds, but I don't see any questions here. So no problem, we're going to go forward. So now we open that Power Console here again, and we're going to go to the System Test tab. This is something that I do very, very frequently when I'm using MetaStock software. I use the Explore tool along with the System Test tool the most. Not that the other tools aren't helpful. It's just a flow that I find very easy to do, and I found very great trades doing this exact flow. And so for this presentation, this is kind of what I'm sticking to, just showing you these powerful tools, these two powerful tools, how they can be used together to help you. So when we go to the System Test, it's going to look a lot like the Explore tab here, which you have your particular systems above. I'll pull that window down. And there's already a lot selected, so I'm going to click Select All to unselect them. Anyways, and then you have your stocks list over here. And then on the right side, we have customizability options. Are we a trader that trades both sides of the market? Are we going to do short trades only or long trades only? I feel like I typically trade just longs. So I'm just going to select longs, but you having MetaStock will be able to do whatever you want. And I'm going to test the last 500 days, which is about 2 years of trading, about 2 years of trading there. And I'm going to test it on a daily interval. So I'm a swing trader, right? Let's say. And there's an additional button here called trade options that we can pull up. In the trade options, there's a way to customize the system tests by adding information to match closest possible what you do and how your style is and stuff. If you're a Forex trader and you want to test Forex, you would trade by points only. You wouldn't do by equity because that, I don't know, the points is much better to see how many points you can gain in FX and stuff. In this case, we're going to be trading stocks. So I'm going to untest or unclick that, and we're going to trade equity or dollars here. I'm going to say my account is, let's just go to 15,000. And per trade, you can set like how big each trade is, number of units you trade. Let's say you have a huge portfolio, so it doesn't matter what you trade, but you're always going to buy 1,000 shares of whatever it is you trade. You can select that, transaction costs, or percent of available equity. So let's say I'm going to be trading 20% of this 15,000 every single time. You know what? Because we're doing the SP 100, I'm going to raise that to 50,000, just because some of the stocks there are pretty pricey. So we'll do 20% of the 50,000 every time. And there's a broker tab. You can put in slippage, interest rates, commissions, trade execution. Well, this actually has a slippage, but trade price, realistic market prices, I believe, are set by default. But anyways, I typically like to just change my account size here and click OK. Now we can get to the fun. So I'm going to select the MACD system. Where's that? Oh, and there's also a MACD optimization. So you can do optimized system testing where it kind of changes parameters for you and finds the best, or it gives you a list of parameters that works well. And you can see kind of what parameters test it the best, so you can follow those parameters. Click the MACD system here. We're going to go down and select the S&P 100, which is the only thing we have on this list, which is very underwhelming. So I need to add more eventually. We won't do that now. I accidentally double clicked. And then we got long trades. Okay, so let's just start the system test. So we're testing against the entire 100 stocks on the S&P 100, and we're just going to kind of get results for how well it performed. And hey, it might not perform well. It's the MACD, right? Or very well could perform well on some of the systems. But after it's done, we click View Results. One little tip for those that maybe use MetaStock, or maybe you're about to, if you don't click View Results right away, I believe the system kind of disappears, or this tray here, the little window. So there's a Reports button that you can click on to bring it back open. But we'll click View Results. And look at that. We actually have some good profitability here. So let me open this wide for you guys. For you guys in the back there. Okay. So you'll see a lot of green bars, red bars. The green is the green is profitability. Red is losing. You're not winning there. If you select net profit down here, there's a bunch of different things you can look at. How many trades it's taken, trade profit, average profit. I think it's, average profit per dollar or something like that, or per trade. But anyways, click net profit and it'll kind of organize everything for you, how you wish to see it. I like to have it always show me the winners up top here. So in the last 2 years, the MACD was able to gain 19.16% on that $50 account, or $50,000 account there, 20% of it being traded at a time. But that's what it was able to do, the 19% there. It had a total of 67 trades. We won 43 of those and lost 24. That's actually a pretty good ratio right there. You're doubling your wins compared to losses, which is pretty huge. You can see your average profit and average loss there, which we averaged 1.18. But we're going to go ahead and just double click into this because I'm very interested to see more information on the symbol COP, which is ConocoPhillips. So we double click on it and then we get to the reports page. The reports page is going to show us a bunch of details, your performance, how much we've profited in the last 2 years by keeping a 20% constantly trading that, right? What would be the buy and hold profit have been? Sometimes you might look at that and you might say, oh, I would have done better buy and hold. So the MACD didn't do bad by any means, but if you want to buy and hold, hey, apparently you would have done better. But that's good information to know just by getting all these statistics. But yeah, you can go through and see all these different kinds of details about the trading system. There's an orders page to show you all the orders that were taken. There's a positions page that gives you more details on positions. And then this is my favorite one, the equity. Equity is important because you can see where your account starts at the beginning of trade. Day one, we can see that 50,000 mark. It looks like, near day 40, we actually had a losing trade and we kind of went down, up. But then around day 90, we started going back up, profitable. And what we're looking for is like a staircase going up, stairway to heaven, right? We're looking for something that continuously steps up, kind of like this. I think this is a very good example of an equity line here, and something that we can feel comfortable trading with the MACD if we were using that as our system on that chart. So I'm going to close this and show you what that equity line might look like. So there we go, I think. Okay. Here's that. Oh, that was the scan. I think I lost my... Okay, so now I can show you going to the report. So if we lose the system test, I should have clicked back, not the X. Click report. Report's right here. It'll show you the date and all the details. View it again, and bam. Let's net profit that. Let's do the losers up top, and let's open Biogen. And look at this equity. As you can see, we had like one good trade on day 90. And then we just kept us down, the staircase going down. So yeah, that's not something I feel comfortable trading in with. And with the MACD, the personalities don't match well, right? So I would not want to look at that one. It's not something that I would use for, there we go. Okay, it looks like it's kind of glitched right there. But that's the system testing, and that's how it can help you. And you can apply any of those systems on that huge list there with this tool to find, to get a lot of data, see what works for you. You can try to put things together, different systems, and use them together and stuff like that as confirmation. That's what's great about the system tester, and with the MACD there, we can see which ones we want to pay attention to with the MACD. Another cool thing, with the Explorer that kind of ties everything together, when you do run a scan, at the bottom here, you will actually see a list that says last exploration results. And this translates also over to, or transfers over to the system tester, which I should have showed you there, not the exploration. But anyways, instead of system testing the 101 that I just did, maybe what I should have done is system tested all the securities that had a signal today. Now, not all of them were buy signals. It looks like there was a lot of oversold, but it's still good information. There were a lot of buy signals. So what we can do is select that and run the system test again with the MACD, because we're not necessarily might not be looking for what's the best security to trade with the MACD on the S&P 100, but what's the best one to potentially look into today with the signal today. So let's do that system test again. It's going to be fast. The system tests are pretty fast, unless it's a very complex system, but we'll view results. And would you look at that? Looks like a few of the signals we had today overall tested fairly well. Looks like the Eli, the Chevron, Ford, these are all over in the double digits of gains over the 2 years. Let's look at Eli. And this is kind of how I look for potential opportunities. Check out that equity curve there. It's got a good staircase there. But that's now going to allow me to just look at this chart and use this as a potential opportunity for trading today. What I can do is I can go down here and I can click plot on chart, and it'll open up the chart there, and it'll show me everything. let's close that Power Console. And here's the chart of Eli. I'm going to close the commentary. This is Eli's chart. You can see the signals throughout the last 2 years that it traded and kind of just what it looked like. And then you can see today's signal. Of course, this isn't a recommendation, but you can see the power of how we can find good trades by using the system tester along with the scanning. You put them two together and, hey, I found some great opportunities this way. And I know many other clients I work with too. I'm sure some of my clients will even be watching this, so hello to you guys. But if you haven't tried MetaStock, or maybe you're on the fence about it, doing just this can really help a lot. Even if you're just doing basic stuff, as I mentioned, all those tools, it's good for basics, keeping up with things, keeping up with indexes, stuff like that. It's very helpful. There's a lot you can do. So with all that being said, that's about the power tools I wanted to show you and kind of how you can wrap everything up together. We went through the charting, plotting things, customizing my charts, making the templates of what I might want it to look like, scanning for a particular system of the expert advisor, the signals, and then how you can back test all the signals to see which ones are actually profitable in the past. It kind of helps give you like the selection, and kind of make it easier for you. You don't have to go through hundreds. You can go through the best ones, the best signals that have performed the best, which can be very helpful. And that was kind of what I wanted to present today. We have about 10 minutes. There's a couple things I want to show you. I'm going to jump out of MetaStock here. I want to see if there's any questions before I do that, though. So if anyone has any questions, please feel free. Right now is a great time. I'm going to just take another sip of water really quick because, boy, oh golly, I'm out. Another second here, let anybody type up any questions. And if you don't have any questions, that's totally fine. I totally understand. Just kind of watching and seeing what's up here. Cool. Okay. So let's now head to the presentation. We did all this. I showed you all of this, right? I'm pretty sure I did. Now you might be wondering, okay, well, how do I get started or whatnot? We have two versions of MetaStock. I was working with the real-time version. I have the extra intervals. I'll show you that. I'll go back to the software. So in RT, we have the intraday intervals here, the 240. Oops, I clicked it. The tick, minute, all that stuff. On DC, you'll have daily all the way to yearly. And on DC, data updates after the market closes. RT, you can see intraday delayed or intraday real time if you pay exchange fees, of course. So if you look at minutes, of course, you might want real time if you're a scalper. You're of course going to want real time. But anyway, so those are the two versions that we do have. I think I'm crashing things here because there we go. So yeah, RT is for intraday data, intraday intervals. Good for day trading, swing trading as well. I like to swing trade on daily charts, yet I like to watch it moving throughout the day. Sometimes I'll look at hourly charts just to kind of see what that's looking like if I wanted to jump into a swing trade. But ultimately, I like to execute trades before the market close. Like I'll run a scan 30 minutes prior. I don't know if that's the right thing to do, the wrong thing to do. I don't know. That's how I like to trade. I like to get into things basically before the next day happens. So on the day of the signal. If you have DC, you're going to get a signal, but you're not going to be able to see the signal until the data updates, which will update after the market's closed. So your entry will be in the morning, the next open, basically. So that's the main difference there. These are the pricings, and these are just the base costs. There's other pricing involved, like if you buy the software, so on and so forth. But this is base costs. The RT starts at $265 per month because you do need the software, which is $100, and then you need the data, which is $165. So you get to $265 per month. Plus, there's exchange fees for anybody that does need live data. You do have to pay for exchange fees. Otherwise, there's a 15-minute delay. DC starts at $69 per month, but you can buy the software. Purchase packages that are cheaper than $69 per month, which is great if you're going to use us long term. And for those that might have some interest in, taking a trial, testing out the tools, try what I showed you, feel free to sign up for 3 months for the price of 1 month. That's an extended trial that we do offer. It's a great trial. free trials that last 2 weeks or 1 month. They're great. You can kind of check everything out and see how things are during that. But with MetaStock, it does have a learning curve. I'm not going to lie. There's a learning curve. Maybe it could take people a month. It depends on how often you can use the software. It depends on how technological you are. I like to say the learning curve is 1 to 2 months, which is a great kind of ballpark for where you'll start feeling comfortable with the software. What's good about the extended trial is you still typically have like a full month of feeling comfortable with the software and applying it to trading. These free trials that you'll see out there, MetaStock's far too vast for something like that. So you really won't get a good understanding of the software in something that's smaller than 3 months, just because there's so much you can do, and it takes a while to learn things, quick buttons here and there. But here's that link there. You can use that link, the metastock.com/Edward Stemplevich, the top one there. If you want to sign up for a trial online yourself, you can also contact me. I'll go back to my contact page. That way you can screenshot my details or just send me an email or whatever you want. You'll see Learn MetaStock Training 3-month special. This is premium training. So typically, you'll have like a manual with the software. There's a help guide you can go in and kind of figure things out yourself. But we also offer an ebook and training videos with this 3-month trial. The ebook will kind of give you basics, a jump start with the software, and videos will it's like an hour and a half long video that will show you things in the, how to do things, basics and stuff. Now, there's premium training for those of you that really want to get the most value out of the 3 months there, because, hey, the faster you learn the software, the more you learn about it in that 3 months, the more you're going to get out of it. And there's something called learnmetastock.com. We do also offer 3 months. I'm going to pull it right over here so you guys can see. Go to learnmetastock.com. There's a whole video library that shows you getting started, opening charts, creating your favorite. I mean, it shows you everything in videos. They're very, very well made. There's even free ones you can watch as just registering to the site here. But if you want access to all these things, it's $99 for 3 months to start, $99 per month after continuing. Pair the two up together for 3 months, MetaStock and Learn MetaStock. Have some of the best tools available out there for tech analysis, and start finding some great trades or testing your own ideas or testing the systems we have. See if you can make them better, tweak the ones that are open source or add more to them, or use them as confirmations to your own systems, and find something that works really well. But this will help you get to that point much quicker. So I like to always recommend this. I'd say about 50% of my new users will get this as well. I always hear nothing but good things about it. So 100% recommended to get this. It even goes to trading strategies inside the software to show you how to properly use them. So there's a lot of available content there for you. So again, that's the bottom link. If you want to set things up yourself, you'd use the top link. The bottom link is to set up the premium training. So do the top one first and then the bottom one next. I kind of explained let's see. Oh, no, I did not explain any of this. So with this trial, we always include unlimited free support for you guys. So if you have any troubles with the software, maybe there's something you don't understand, something's not working how it should, we're here to help you. We're not going to just kind of let you figure it out on your own. So call me, call support. We're here to help you. During subscribing to the software, if we release a new version, you're always going to get the most advanced version. You're also going to get unlimited access to recorded training, which is on our YouTube channel. We have a lot of recorded training there that you can search for. It's not organized though, so I do like to recommend the Learn MetaStock training because that's organized and stuff. We also do offer free white glove installation appointments where, hey, if you want us to set up an appointment where we will call you, we will do that and we will set everything up for you to your liking. If you trade ETFs, we'll make sure that the software shows all the ETFs for you and just kind of set it up to your liking. And again, here's my contact details. If you have any questions, maybe you just want to contact me and say hello, feel free to do so. But if you need any help with anything, have any questions about anything we talked about today, here's my details. Save it, take a screenshot. I'd be happy to help you, and I'd appreciate you contacting me. And yeah, we're about 2 minutes away from the end here. I just want to say thank you guys for watching and being here with me today. I haven't done one of these on 18 yet, so I'm happy to get that done. So yeah, feel free to watch the recording if you missed everything or if you want to rewatch it again. And yeah, just let me know if you need anything. I really appreciate your time today. I'm going to keep the contact details up here. I'm going to mute myself. If any questions come in, I'm going to be happy to answer them. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close this out now. Thank you guys all for coming. You guys have a great one.